Well, this is my welding rig. Wanted to show you. It's the Lincoln Ranger 8 in the back here, and the back of a 97 Nissan hardbody with a 2.4 liter. Good little work truck. Squatting right now a little bit. I got air shocks and they put a little more air in them, so but have them. So this is just what I have. I want to keep it chained up. It's got 2 screws in it right now. I drilled a hole for a bolt, and I just need to put another, well, 2 bolts is what I need to put in here at least, and maybe something on the other side instead of self-tapping screws, but it'll all be bolted down here pretty soon. Machine, I've just run it for a while. Let's see, 388, you can see that. There you go, 388 and 0.4 basically. Runs good, idle, and you know, all that. Idles up, you strike an arc, or I mean, you can have it on high all the time, or you know, I don't see why you would, but it's actually really incredible on fuel. It has a CH18S motor, which had a recall unfortunately for the rocker arms, and yep, mine had a broken one. It's actually how I received it, but that's probably how I got such a good deal on it. But most people would probably, oh, I just made that dog steak. Most people would probably be pissed, but I have very little money in it, so I wasn't. Probably like $550 in this machine. That's it. That's made, or well, all machines really end up buying them, using them for a while. They end up making you a lot more money than what you paid for them, but this one really has. Actually, probably don't even need to choke. Anyway, leads are a super important part of your machine and your rig, and I did a lot of thinking before I went to this arrangement, and it's really important, you know, what you choose and this and that. For a long time I had 50-foot 2-gauge leads, and that's all you can really go. This is these are 1/0. These are 1/0 leads, so you really need a whip. Here's my whip. This is a 2-gauge whip, 10-foot long whip. It connects right there, and this is 1/0. Yeah, look at the difference there. Because this is all I used to have on the other, or my other leads are 50-foot long. So each one of these are 50-foot each. There's 4 of them, so there's 2 red and 2 black. But the really cool thing, oh, and by the way, if you're going to go with lead connections, you go with the real nice Linco connectors. Make sure you get the real ones. Some on eBay. I got some fake ones and some real ones, so you do get your pay for. And the awesome T-style clamp, and I put a hose clamp in there to keep it from coming out. I like that. And yeah, just looking for robust. It's gonna last. That's gonna last forever. You know, many years. And I like the screw style electrode holder too. I feel like it's really robust and it'll last forever too, for quite a while. Anyway, so the really cool thing, there's a couple really cool things about these that that I like. So for one, they're 1/0. So if you had 100 foot of it, man, you know, 50 foot, it's not too horrible to, you know, roll up on the O arm, which is what I did here, and throw them in the O toolbox, which I love. They're out of the weather, they're locked up, they're great. I've had many arrangements on trailers and stuff where you have them on the trailer, which and is cool, but sometimes, you know, it's kind of a hassle getting it chained and stuff and this and that. Plus they're in the elements and they're begging to be stolen, because each one of these is $100. So it's $400, and I probably have at least another, of course this is $15, and then of course all the connectors. I probably have another $100 in connections. So I have $500. I have as much in the leads as I do in the machine probably. So it's $1,000 right there, which is cheap really. But anyway, so there's a couple cool things. Like I said, you can just string them up with your arm, and you can, you know, roll them out, and if you need more, you can grab the other 50-foot section, and then there you go. And here's the really cool thing. So since they have the connectors on them, and of course you probably saw the connections on the machine itself, which they're incredible. I love those. That's awesome. Instead of just having lugs and they're hooked up all the time, you have those. Really cool. Anyway, especially if you do it like me and you have them in sections. So here's the really cool thing. So I actually did some welding on a dock, and yeah, 100 foot wasn't going to get me there, but 150 foot did. What I did was I had just this 50-foot ground hooked up from the machine to the dock, or actually the the walkway, and then I took the other 50-foot black or negative run, so I had 150-foot positive and 50-foot negative. Worked great, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without it, and I wouldn't have got paid either. So here's some more stuff I carry. Here's my nice Jackson safety. There's another Nissan over there, and the family car. Drop my jacket here. We got this Lincoln jacket. I have another one in here that matches this beanie here. What's it? BSX. Okay. Yeah, see, it's right there. You can see it. Yeah, some of that. I got, a through ratchet set. Oh my gosh, I love this through ratchet set. It is incredible. If you've never seen one, here you go. And a lot of people have it. Oh, isn't that the coolest thing? So here's your, so that, it doesn't matter, say you have a bolt this long or 10 feet long, doesn't matter, and there's a nut in the bottom of it, guess what? You can get to it. Isn't that the coolest thing? It's awesome. I love my through ratchet set. Got it for Christmas one year from the father-in-law. It is incredible. Also have a cheap drill bit set. Oh, there's some extra lenses. Another cool thing I do is I keep in here is an extra lens, like an extra just dark number 10 shade lens. And actually I'm gonna put that in the cab. That shouldn't be in the toolbox. And that lens will fit in here just in case this fails for whatever reason, which I love this hood, by the way. It has a grinding mode and a regular auto darkening mode and different shades. It's really great. But anyway, if it fails, I can just use that. 3 grinders. These porter cable grinders are pretty cool. Of course, I added this cord and this cord, but they have this key in the handle here. Really nice. One for cutting, one for grinding, and the DeWalt here has the metal. That one needs to be replaced, but the metal wheel for cleaning paint and stuff off. Then I have a Ryobi drill here, which I also have a hammer drill, and I have masonry bits, but why carry it with me if I don't need it, right? As far as rods go, it's kind of an important question and thing. Always keep a fire extinguisher. Just do it. Okay, rods are super. There's a big old pipe wrench in there. Oh, there's also a 100-foot. I forgot to mention the 100-foot 12-gauge extension cord. It actually has a 3-prong end on it. Get over there. Yeah, there it is. So you can have all 3 grinders plugged in at once. Then right there is a 20-foot cord. I think it's 14 gauge. So decent duty. Okay. This is just bits and stuff. Some grinding wheels, flapper wheel, more grinding wheels, crowbar. Okay, here we go on the rods. Super important. We have 1/8. This is 10 pounds of 1/8 6011. This is 5/32, 7018, and 6011, and then I wrote the amperage ratings for those. And then I have 1/8 and 3/32 7018s. I don't keep 3/32 6011s. I've used to have them, used to carry them. They're useless. I don't see the point. I can do with 1/8 what I can do with the 3/32 stuff. And on thin stuff, we have a TIG rod there. Thin stuff, we have a 6013. So you can go DC negative at like yes, 40 to 80 amps. You can 50 amps, 40 amps, and DC negative. You could weld some pretty thin stuff with it. So here's my specialty rods. I also have a small torch, like a propane, small propane torch, which you'll need for these rods, because these are the 4043 aluminum. And actually, I think I have 2. Yeah, I got 2 of those. And then I have some the cast. Yeah, they're for cast metal. Actually, I should take those out. These things are pieces of junk. I'm going to do that now. I actually have a vise that broke that's cast, and I fixed it with a 7018. 7018s work for cast. You should preheat, clean the living crap out of it, and control the cooling. So wrap it in leather or whatever, what have you, and or maybe some glove, whatever. It depends on what it is and how big it is and this and that too. But do that, and you'll be able to fix it. I love this. You know what rod you're using or what kind of rods. You can just load up a couple pounds of those, clip that to your belt loop, a bunch of gloves. Let's see, here's how I keep my cutting disc here. Actually, I need to replenish those. I've got just a couple things here and there. Here's the torpedo level. And I love the bag. You just grab the bag. The whole point of mobile welding is you're mobile, right? You grab the bag, you're gonna go to whatever it is you're working on. There's some sleeves for welding, and that's it. You know, you go to it. It's the whole point. So having the bag and not just having tools just sitting in here, you know what I mean, loose. So yeah, we have. Oh, I have another. Let's see. Here's a C-clamp. Here's some vice grips. I have another pair of vice grips, another pair of C-clamps, and I have an extra female one of these. Electrical tape and the cool magnets. Oh, I love the chip and hammer brush combo there. Really nice. Another. I think I have 3 of these. That's what I believe I have. Another tape, 30-foot tape. I got some gloves. Oh yeah, there's my square. There's my B-square and square. Gotta have those. Do all my own fitting and stuff, so gotta have that. There's a regular, just cheapo, got a story behind this, a cheapo level. And some drill bits, a big file. There's another file right here. Oh, here's my screwdriver file. There we go. Flathead, and I should have a flathead and a Phillips. Dikes, I think, yeah. Dikes, channel locks, pliers, crescent. You know, all that good stuff. And this will get more full depending on what the job is. Bunch of soapstones. There's also the cool, you know, Torx heads and Allen wrenches and just everything you can imagine here for marking whatever it is. You know, a little punch, everything. Everything. Box knife, just everything for marking. Everything. Some extra tape and stuff in here, little brushes and whatnot, and there should be like bolts and nuts and crap. Yeah, hose clamps. Oh, hey, more disc. Stuff like that in there. Some more tape down there, but that's about it. I do have some more tools in the cab, a couple of bags just full of tools in there as well. It's also good to have the have this for your invoices. My pen disappeared, but yeah, have that for invoices and stuff. Try to be as professional as you can. But yeah, those are junk. These 718s work just as good. There's a couple of little things here for the mobile welding that I use. Here's my vise, or here's my stand that I made for my vise. Yeah, like I said, I had to repair it. I broke it like the day I got it, but it's got paint and crap, but it works. So here's another cool thing I made. I actually own 3 pipe stands, but I made a table. Also got some other welders here, and I got a bottle doing some scratch start TIG. But here's my cool table that I made. It's 2 quarter inch pieces. I did some edge joints around to because my first one warped, which made sense, and just made that to go in there. And I have the head. Say it's over, I don't know. Then I have 2 more pipe stands back here. A bunch of junk, right? Anyway, so I have 3 pipe stands, and I have this cool table attachment, and I have that cool vise that I make. But like I said, the whole point of being mobile is being mobile, right? You don't want to show up to a job site and you have your vices mounted to your freaking truck. That's great, but if you could take a vise with you, now granted you can't put a 40-foot long piece of metal on this. Oh, those need to go back. I was doing some stuff today, so, but yeah,